Oh my God, hi. How's everybody doing tonight? Um, I am doing great, but I am kind of tired. And it's showing because I am struggling really hard to brainstorm and think of ideas for my new book. I'm going to be working on a mystery project. I haven't introduced it yet to this channel, so I'm not going to dive into many details, I think, but I am currently working on that project tonight. And I've done a little bit of brainstorming, not a whole lot, but enough that I'm starting to get a general feel for the story. And I really wanted to work on that tonight, which is why I'm doing these like impromptu live writing sprints. So, yeah, that's what I'm doing here. What are you guys doing here? What are you working on? How is everybody? Hi, Kingston. So nice of you to join me. Are you going to be working on something tonight? Let me know. In the meantime, I think I'm going to go ahead and do that thing that I did the last time I did a live writing sprint. I'm going to pick a number between 1 and 45 and we're going to do our first sprint. Would anybody care to guess what we're going to be sprinting for in the chat? Please let me know. Let's get this up here. Actually, I'm thinking between 15 and 45 minutes, and I'll share that. Kingston's taking notes. Awesome. What kind of notes? Do you mind sharing? All right, so we've got our little random number generator up here. I haven't clicked generate yet. Does anybody want to guess how many minutes we're going to be sprinting for? I'm going to guess around 30 minutes. Continuing on biology and meteorology. Awesome. Very cool, Kingston. All right. I will just press the generate button. We're going to write for 28 minutes. 28 minutes it is. All right. Let's do our little timer here. "28 minutes on the clock. 3, 2, 1, focus." Oh my goodness. Hello, everybody. Looks like we had a couple people pop in while we were on our sprint. Hi, Ian. I'm not sure if you're still here, but if you are, hello. What are you working on today? Amelia popped by. I don't think she's still here. Um, Hopefully, she has a good rest of her night. And hi, Tiara. How are you? For those of you who are just popping in, feel free to pop any questions you have in the chat, or if you want to share what you're working on, would love to hear. And how did everybody do in the last sprint? Lots of questions to think about and consider today. I I'm working on backstory for my new project. Um, I'm really excited about this. I'm filming the intro to the project today, actually. But I was basically just working on backstory and I wrote about 483 words of backstory. Still working out a lot of the kinks in the backstory. Like there's some things that I am finding that I need to fill in, and I think this is going to be the best way to go about doing this is just like making notes as I'm like going through the backstory and working on that and everything. Um Almost done with biology. Awesome, Kingston. Great job. Ian is still here, honestly exhausted, so brainstorming covers rather than writing. So fair, so fair. I totally understand that. I am also exhausted. Um, I went to a movie last night. I think I told you about it, Ian, and it was a really late movie. It was like the movie didn't start until like 11:40 at night, and I didn't get home until 3 a.m. So I'm running on like 5 hours of sleep, which is pretty normal for me. But I did have my coffee, so I'm feeling a little dead today as well. But anybody else would like to share what you're working on, feel free to drop that. And if you have any questions, would love to hear the questions. Tiara is working on a screenplay. Very cool, very cool. I saw the new Jurassic World movie. It was okay. It wasn't my favorite Jurassic Park movie, but it was okay. I liked the idea, like why they were going back to this like place with the dinosaurs. If you haven't seen it, go ahead and see it and you'll understand what I'm talking about. I like their reasoning for it. It wasn't just stupidity like in the previous movies. Ian says, "Wow, that's late. You're a trooper." Yeah, it was really late. Technically, the movie got out at like around 2:15 in the morning, but I had to go pick up my car from my mom's house. And so I went to my mom's house and my mom was still up for some reason. Whose mom stays up till like 4 o'clock in the morning? My mom does. And so I sat and I chatted with her for a little bit too. Um, so yeah, that's why it was so late. Uh oh, nice. I could never really get into those movies, but I've heard this one isn't bad. Yeah, for me, it's like super nostalgia. I grew up watching these movies. In fact, every single time we would go to my dad's house, my youngest brother was obsessed with Jurassic Park, so we would watch it every single weekend. And I love it. I love it so much. It was between that and the Superman movie, which I've heard really good things about, but I've never really been a fan of the DC world. I'm more of a Marvel girl. And I know that the new Superman was made by someone who works on the Marvel movies, I guess. And that definitely did tempt me, but I'm not a huge fan of like I just not a fan of the Superman story. It's just not my thing. Um, yeah, yeah. My youngest brother is he's 27 now, but like he's still a little baby to me. Um, Superman is really good, but I like Marvel and DC. Yeah. See, that's the thing is like sometimes I don't know what it is about the DC stuff. Like it's similar, but it's just not the same for me. Like it just hits differently and not and I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just the way that the movies have been made. I don't know. I'm not sure. Um what's your screenplay about if you don't mind me asking? And does anybody have any questions? Are we ready for the next sprint? I could chat for a little bit. Does anyone want to try to ask me questions about my new project? Hi, paperback and ponytails. Am I late to the sprints? I'm trying to do some writing tonight. You are not late to the sprints. No, we just finished up our first one, so you are good. Yeah, exactly. Um, oh my gosh. Today's been a day, you guys. Today's been a day. I've gotten so much done. Um, on like 5 hours of sleep, but it's like really kicking my butt. Um, oh, sorry, I skipped one. What's the tea on your next project? I'm curious. Yes. So I am actually making right now, like today, a vlog about this, like where I'm putting together um like the mood boards and doing the brainstorming and character sketches and world building stuff, all of that good stuff. But I can read the premise. I'll read the premise to you guys. So, um, the premise is Delaney thinks she's the only one in the world who doesn't have a power. And in a world where these special abilities are traded for basic necessities, she's on the bottom of the totem pole. Thinking there is no other way to survive, she takes on dirty jobs and other deadly pursuits until Vesper, her heartless boss, demands she do the unthinkable, sending Delaney into a fit of unyielding rage. When she wakes to find herself in the shop owner's body, she must find a way to set things right, sending her on a journey that forces her to grapple with her troubled past and some very deadly and very dangerous, or very real demons, excuse me. That's the premise. That's like the little blurb that I've written about this so far. Um, if you have any more questions, feel free to ask. Um, yeah, that's what I'm working on. I'm calling it. Oh, I can't say that. It's a mystery. We'll find that out. I have already actually come up with a full title for this book, which is so funny because like I struggled with my last project to title it, and I still don't really know 100% what I'm going to call it. But this one, I already know what it's going to be called, and I haven't even written the first few words of the actual book yet. I'm just doing the backstory and everything. Ian can never come up with questions. You need Hannah. Yeah, Hannah always comes in hot with a question. She always knows what to ask. But I'm the same, Ian. I'm the same. Like I never know what to ask, what to say a lot of the time. Um. Oh, hi, Katie. Katie is working on her first novel, and it's a first in a trilogy, a closed door romantic suspense with treasure hunting and humor. Ooh, great. That sounds great. Hi, how are you? What are you working on? Love to hear from you. I always love having you in the chat. Tiara says, my screenplay is inspired by like 90s thrillers. Ooh, I love that. And Basic Instinct and Wild Things and stuff like that. I'm mostly using it as an excuse to make hot rich people be weird and hot and rich. I love that so much. And I love the 90s thriller vibes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Um can't get much better than that. I actually just recently watched I Know What You Did Last Summer. I love that movie. I don't know if that's 90s though. Like that's pretty close to 90s. Maybe not exactly 90s. Maybe that's like early 2000s. What am I thinking of? I don't know. Um, okay. Miles is painting a fairy house for a B-Day gift. That sounds fantastical. I would love to see that. I just watched the new one yesterday. Yeah, I actually didn't even realize that they had a new one out until I was looking at the movie times last night. Um, I'm really excited to see that as well. That and the new um Final Destination movie. If anyone here is like a Final Destination super fan, like I am, like please let me know because I freaking love those movies. They're so good. Well, they're terrible. Honestly, they're terrible, but like you know what I'm saying. Like they're bad movies, but they're good. That one's good too. Yeah, I would love to see it. I need to see it. All right. Anything else? Anybody else want to drop questions or anything before we jump into the next sprint? Anybody? Oh, let me tell you a little bit more because I just want to talk about it, you guys. I just want to talk about my new project so badly. Um, okay. The genre's dark fantasy, psychological, paranormal fantasy. Um, my main character's name is Delaney. And the main tropes are femme fatale. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Hidden magic and trope. Oh my gosh, I cannot speak today. Chosen one. Um, basically, I could literally just go on about it, but I feel like if I do, I'm literally just going to give away all of the details. Um, but I can tell you the I guess I could tell you a little bit of her backstory. So literally the first line in her backstory is Delaney is born of demons and darkness, and she's an orphan of the space beneath the meadow. That's literally all I can say because otherwise I'm literally gonna just give away everything, and I can't do that. I can't do that because I want you guys to like read it and then I'm so bad. Like I'm just TMI about everything and my projects like I get excited to talk about them and I just want to give everybody all of the details, but I know that that's not a good idea for several reasons, but also I don't want spoilers. You know, I want you guys to when I get this book ready to go and if I can get this published, I want you guys to read it and be like, "Wow, that's like, you know, and like read it for the first time." Do you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Tiara says, Final Destination 3 is what got me into film Loki. Yeah, I love those movies so much. Yes, I want to hear. If you have any like specific questions, I don't know if I'll know the answer because I'm still brainstorming. I'm taking a different approach with this project. I'm outlining it, not fully outlining, but like I'm giving myself the backstory and doing some like beats and everything. So if you want to know specifics, feel free to ask. Katie says, that's how I feel about talking about my book while also trying not to spoil anything. Yeah, it's so hard. It's so hard because I want to tell you everything. Like I really, if I had absolutely no decorum at all, like I would literally just like read this whole thing out to you. I would, but I don't want to spoil it for you guys. Oh, I'm assuming you are talking about femme fatale. I hope so. I hope that's how you say it. Um, good. Okay. Uh, yeah, the balance is really hard. Love chit chatting, especially about what I'm writing. Yeah, exactly. 1000%. Very real. Um, what can you say about your main characters right now? Hear me out. Knowing everything will not deter me from reading the book. Okay, that's good to know, but I can't tell you. You're trying to tempt me, and I know that, but okay, I'll tell you a little bit about Delaney. That because she's the only one that I've really I know like a few details about Vesper, but he's not really like a main character. He is more of an obstacle in Delaney's way. Um Delaney is morally gray. Like we're this is definitely going to be a redemption arc story for sure. Um and basically she is like one of those girls who's beautiful and she knows it. She's got like this is her like her physical traits, right? She's beautiful. She knows it. She's got long, silky black hair. She wears it in like loose curls, and she pulls the half, like kind of like how I'm wearing mine now, but she'll like put it um one of those like hairpins in, but it's a dagger, like a little dagger pin. Um, and she's tall. When she but like I don't really know a whole lot. I'm not gonna lie, like I really don't know how a whole lot about her that I can give away. But she uh plays with her necklace when she's talking to others. Um, she likes to roll her eyes if she finds someone annoying or makes or if someone makes her mad and she doesn't agree. She's a lot like me in that way. And she talks back a lot to her boss. And she's hardened, distrustful, cynical, lonely. She feels like she doesn't belong. She's frustrated, jealous, and she feels powerless. She feels like deep down, she feels like everybody is right about her and does not love or accept herself. And her external conflicts um, is that she's powerless in a power fueled world. She's forced to do a job nobody else wants to do to survive. She's criticized and bullied, seen as a leper and treated as such. She struggles to survive and meet her basic needs like food, water, shelter, and her boss is heartless. I'm thinking about making her boss like so her boss's name is Vesper, and I'm thinking about making him the most like despicable human being ever, who like does bad things to her, and that's why she like flips the script um on him at the very beginning of the book, where she like wakes up in his body. Not exactly sure how to explain that without giving away the whole thing. But yeah, I'm glad that you love her. I love her too. She's kind of a sass McFrass. Is that how you say it? Sass McFrass? I don't know. But she's sassy and she's kind of like low key, like a little evil at the beginning of the book. Like she's really selfish. Actually, I should put that down. She's selfish. She is really selfish at the beginning. What happens to her body when she wakes up as in his? Do they swap? Great question, Ian. See, you know the questions. You know how to ask questions. Oh my gosh. See, this is what happens when you live off of 5 hours of sleep consistently, like literally for the last 5 years. I think I've only gotten like an average of 5 hours of sleep a night. So bear with me because I obviously don't know how to talk. And I'm sleep deprived. So, that's a great question, Ian. I haven't fully figured out the details to that yet, but I'm thinking what happens just because of her nature. I'm thinking what happens is that her body just kind of like doesn't necessarily exist anymore. It does, but it doesn't. Like she can go back to her body, but the people that she takes over or the people that she like um how do I say this without giving it away? The people that she wakes up in, we'll just say that, are no longer alive. Like they're not living after that happens. Like they're gone. So we'll just say that. Evil women, yes. She's evil. She's for sure evil. Um, is it Steven Universe style where the traveler's body is comatose? Um, I'm not sure if I know what you mean by that. Feel free to explain because I have no idea. Um, wait, have you seen Possessor? No, I haven't seen Possessor. I haven't. Is it like somewhere accessible that I can watch it, like Netflix maybe? Um, hi, Val. How are you? Thanks for popping in. Are you staying or are you going? Let me know. If you are staying, let us know what you're working on, and if not, have a great rest of your night. Um, I haven't seen Possessor. Tiara, let me know where I can find that. I'm interested. Good, good. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I'm really tired. I got in at like 3 o'clock last night and I woke up at 8. And I've been literally nonstop on the go all day. Cleaning, shopping, writing, brainstorming. I did take myself out to a really nice dinner tonight though. That was really good. There's this like place that like right next door to me. Delicious. Delicious. Just popped in to say hi, stick around for a little bit, but it's late here. Yeah, fair enough. It's also late here. It's like 10 o'clock, but I just needed to get some work done. Um, okay, there's an episode of Steven Universe called The New Lars. To be honest, I can't explain well, but he wakes up in someone else's body and his own body was comatose for the day. I'm assuming that when you say comatose, like it's still there, like physically. Um, that's not how it would work in this book. But sort of close. Like she doesn't have access to her body when she's in the form of someone else. Basically, her body and her mind or soul are connected still, but like it's like her body's not physically there anymore, if that makes sense. Um, looks like it's on Canopy right now. It's free if you have a library card. Okay, I'll have to take a look at that. I need to get a library card. I haven't done that yet. It's very, very bad of me, but I'll have to do that soon. Getting that grind on, girl. And yes, treat yourself. You deserve it. Thank you. I have been like so busy getting my new apartment set up. Like as a reward to myself for finishing Project Daydream Draft 1, I went out and I bought like a bunch of like decor, wall art, prints and posters and things. And today I went to the store to grab frames so that I could hang them up, but um the place I went didn't have any of the right size frames. So I have to go get more. It was just like a busy day, you guys. It was a really busy day. I definitely I definitely did not have a lot of time to just like sit and relax today. Anyways, yes, I get you. Love. Yes. I don't know how I'm going to explain it or like the rules of the world yet. So I haven't actually gotten that far in the brainstorming. I think that that's probably going to be like the next step after I figure out Delania's backstory and do like a brain dump and stuff. I'm going to work on the way the magic works in this world. Don't know yet exactly what that's going to look like. I have no idea. Or how I'll explain it in the end. But that's kind of the general idea of what I'm trying to get at. I'm so glad you got yourself into a better living situation, Charlie. Yes. Yes. I've had zero problems since I moved in here. Well, that's not 100% true. Like there's like a lot of homeless in this area and they like to catcall every single time I leave and go outside. But I did have a very stern word with them about it and ever since they've been super super nice. So it's been a lovely change. I'm really enjoying it here. Yes, Rumi and I have been hanging decor this week and now it feels like home. Yes. I really want to get to that point. I really want to show you guys like all of the prints and stuff that I got too. But I can't do that until they're in frames. So, can't wait for you guys to see it. All I mean is that the brain switching thing reminds me of that. It sounds very cool though. I'm excited to see where it goes. Yes, me too. Me as well. Uh it's gonna be I think this is gonna this project. I just have a really good feeling about this project. Like I'm excited about it. I've never taken just like a very fledgling idea like this and expanded it out into a different project in this way, the way that I'm doing it now. Like I've always had several like seen several beats ahead when I'm pantsing, and this one I had no idea. I just had like a general idea of a character, and so I'm interested to see how I'm able to turn that into a real like a full book. It's gonna be interesting. I feel like it looks like a pretty good start so far. A stern word goes a long way. Oh, for sure. For sure. And they've been very nice. One person today, though, I did leave and he called me baby. That like bothers me. It just bothers me. And I was like, can you please not call me that? Can you please stop calling me that? And he's like, oh, I'm sorry, miss. I'm sorry, I forgot. It's just like they're actually really sweet. Like they've offered to walk me to my car if it's late at night, and just like telling other people who are trying to talk to me to leave me alone and stuff, and just like general, just being courteous to me, which is really great. Good energy. This book is going to be a banger. I hope so. I have a good feeling that it will be. I just like I feel I'm feeling this one. I'm feeling this one. I To be fair, I feel this way about all of the projects at the beginning, and then eventually I'm just like, I hate this and I want it to be over. But right now I'm feeling really good about it. Anyways, homeless folks have insane stories when you buy them food and sit down and talk with them. They've lived some crazy lives. Yes. Yes. I heard some things today. Which I'll respect his privacy, but yeah. I'm sure I obviously like living outside is a rough life in general. Like I couldn't even imagine um having to deal with that and just being exposed to everything, like people, nature, outside, weather, things like that. It's got to be pretty rough for sure. All right. How do you guys feel about doing another sprint? I'm feeling like another sprint is in order. And I think that we should spin the random number generator again. For real, I think about them during storms, especially because it's been so hot lately. Sprint, I'm down. Yeah, I same. It's been really, really hot here. Like, I mean, today was like 90 degrees and like 97% humidity, which is intense. And I can't imagine like there's a lot of homeless shelters around here, so like hopefully they've all got a place to like lay down at night at least. But I can't imagine being stuck in it all day and not having any sense of relief at all. That would be really rough. Um, all right, everybody seems to be down for another sprint. Do we want to do the guessing game? Does anybody want to guess? 15 to 45 minutes. Who wants to guess? I'll give you 10 seconds to lock in your answers. I'm not going to count down because that's weird and cheesy, but go ahead. Okay, we've got some answers. 15 minutes, 32, 40, 30, 41. Okay, I'm going to guess 22 minutes. Um, Miley says, I'm worried more and more for people without shelter as climate change gets worse. It infuriates me that we could have widespread affordable housing, but we'd rather hate unhoused and brown people. 1000% agree. Spitting facts in the chat. Yeah, it's honestly like I can't like think of an eloquent way to express my feelings about that, but just the way the world works is just really cruel to people who are disadvantaged, and particularly those of color. It is insane to me that people don't understand how, or even try to understand how difficult life can be for people who don't have any sort of advantage in life. And I don't know, like I said, I'm not an eloquent speaker on a good day, and today definitely not, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Work, my God, the things we could talk about, so many things to say about that topic, and all. Only so many characters allowed in the text box for sure. All right, everybody's got their guesses in. I'm going to spin or click the generate button. 39. Who was closest? Looks like Kingston was the closest. Congratulations. All right, 39 minutes. Let me get focus, excuse me. And we will start the timer. All right, is everybody ready? 3, 2, 1, focus. Okay, how did everybody do? How did everybody do? I did okay. Sorry, my brain just stopped working there for a second. I did okay. I'm not exactly sure how much backstory I wrote, but I'm still working on backstory. I have got well, it's really just like a giant brain dump. So far, I have 1,278 words worth of a brain dump. So the ideas are coming. They're just I'm not sure if they make any sense for the story or like what's actually going to be in it or not. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to have to like go through and weed out the good ideas versus the bad ideas and you know, like you do. And everything when you are plotting a book. Um let's see. Kingston had to go, but we love them for being here. We had Laura join us. Laura Nettles is working on drafting chapter 2 of An Adult Dark Academia. The first chapter is from this point of view. I'll see if it works or if I need to keep one point of view. Right now, I'm debating 3 point of views as it's poly queer. My inspiration are one POV, and it will give away twists as the true identities of one of the MCs will be obvious if I'm in his head. Decisions, yes. Decisions. Sorry about that. Scared me too, honestly. It did scare me a little bit. I jumped for a second. I was like watching it go down, and then I was like, wait, I've got an idea. And then I started to write it, and then it went off almost right away, it feels like. Um, Looks like we have some questions. Laura asks, how do you decide which characters get point of views and how much time to spend in each? Each character has objectives and revelations, but being in their head too early on will spoil some potential twists. This is a great question. So my book, Project Daydream, the one that I just finished, well, the first draft anyway, I'm writing that in dual POV. So I do have a little bit of a perspective on this. I don't know if what I'm about to say is going to be helpful to you though, because for me, I like this comes a little bit naturally to me. Like I usually just like cut it off where I feel like it's good, and then I pick it up and the other person's POV and I cut it off when it's good. But if I could try to like make that make sense, I would say that whichever character has the most to offer that scene is the character that chapter should be under their perspective, if that makes sense. You should always, in my opinion, write in the point of view where the character has the most like where they're the one that is driving that chapter forward. So for example, um in my first chapter of Project Daydream, Kai has a dream that sets everything in motion. It would be it wouldn't be as effective if it were in Alyssa's point of view because he's the one driving the action in that chapter. So if you look at it that way, you'll want to put whatever character you'll want to use whoever's POV, whatever character's POV in that for sorry, my brain is like not working properly and I'm having a hard time like making this concise and making it make sense. But you'll want to use the character that's driving the plot forward in that scene, if that makes sense. Hopefully that makes sense. Um if putting if using the character if using that character's POV is going to give away details, maybe a workaround might be to try to like if you're wanting to put in like foreshadowing, dropping in subtle details or whatever, if you're one then do that. And if you're wanting to avoid it, then I would say try to rework the scene so that it's not necessary to put those details in there. I hope that makes sense. Sorry. Um not not working today. It's just not working. Laura says, any tips on balancing romantic subplot with the main plot? My whip has poly relationships, so that will take up even more time to build up the chemistry 3 ways, but there's so much plot. Um, this is a great question. I don't really know. Like, I would hesitate to give you advice on this just because my the only book that I've written that has any sort of romantic subplot was Project Daydream, and that has a very mild romance subplot. Like, it's not like in your face romance. It's just very soft, very subtle throughout the whole thing. If I could give you any advice on that, it would really just be to try to like give them reasons to connect romantically that also connect to the main plot. I don't really have any other advice to give you other than that, and I wish I could. But yeah, not. I can't. I don't wanna give you advice that's just not gonna work. And I'm not the best person to come to for writing advice. I'll be fully honest about that. Um, 452 words, fantastic. That's great. Brielle stopped by. Well, hello, Brielle. Nice to have you here. Always nice to see when bigger author tubers pop in. Very, very, very cool. I'm more of a pantser, I found out. I'm a planner and list maker at heart, but writing stories, I love to just get into it and along for the ride. I am also a pantser. My new project that I'm working on tonight, I am plotting for like the very first time. So, well, I did try to plot once, but I literally threw it out the window. Like I didn't use it at all. So I get you. I'm also more of a planner and list maker at heart as well. So I totally understand that. Um, Under 20,000 words left to write. I'm thinking about 71,000 words total. Very, very cool. You're so close. Do you think you're going to finish that this month? Let me know. Fowl says it's midnight here, so gotta bounce. Good luck to everyone. Sending love your way, Charlie. Oh, thank you, Fowl. Thank you so much for being such a huge support. I really appreciate you. I've learned that romance stories, at least you have every other chapter or half a chapter each per POV. Yes, the character you want to write in the POV should be driving the story most. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yes, you're welcome. You're welcome. I'm thinking one more sprint. I don't want to go on too long because it is like 11 o'clock here and I'm so tired. As you guys have seen, my brain and my mouth are not working together as a unit. And I am just like struggling to come up with like any coherent thoughts um, at all. So I'm thinking we're about to call it a night. But one more sprint, I can do one more sprint. That's the goal, to finish by the end of the month. I wanted to finish it by my birthday next week, but that's not going to happen. Well, happy early birthday. That's so exciting. I love birthdays. I love birthdays. I love my birthday. I love other people's birthdays. It's just like another reason to celebrate life. You know what I mean? Um, Everybody ready for another sprint? I'm thinking that I'm gonna drop this down to 30 minutes because oh, you know what? I need to refresh the page. I'm gonna drop this down to 30 minutes instead of 45 because I genuinely do not think I have 45 minutes in me, and it would be just my luck that we would get 40 minutes on the sprint timer. So not doing that. But how do you Ian, one more sprint. Yes, just one more. We can do it. It's just one more sprint. We got it. I'm ready. I'm going to try for another 500 words. You got this, Katie. You got this. We can do it, you guys. We can do it. I might have to like be all cartoonish and put like those little like laundry clips on my eyes to keep them open for this last sprint, but we are going to get it done. We've got this. Does anybody have any guesses as to the time that we're going to be sprinting for? I'll give you 10 seconds. Do your thing. I'm going to guess 20 minutes. And maybe it's just because I'm hoping for 20 minutes. Any other guesses? All right, we've got a 17 and a 25. All right. Let's click the button. 18. 18 minutes, which is a relief for me. I'm not gonna lie, I'm so tired. I'm ready. I'm ready to call it a night. But we will do one last 18-minute sprint. We've got this, you guys. We can do it. I believe in us all. All right. Is everybody ready? Oh, we had one last one that I missed. I'm so sorry about that, Laura. 21. Is it okay if I share a snippet of my whip? You can absolutely share a snippet. We'd love to hear a snippet. If everybody in the chat wants to share a snippet, please do. Please do. Because it's like, I love it. I love it so much. And don't mind me in my blanket. It's cold in here. I have to keep my apartment at like 40 degrees because my dog overheats. So I'm like always cold. I can't take it personally. Yeah, feel free to share a snippet. I'm going to go ahead and start the timer and we'll read your snippet after the sprint before we wrap up. All right, everybody ready to focus? 3, 2, 1, focus. my goodness. How did everybody do? Sorry. I am on my stream on my phone because I wanted to share something with you guys and I couldn't figure out how to do it in the browser version. That's what that noise was, by the way. This is the link to the Spotify playlist that I've created for the new project that I'm working on if you guys want to check it out. Um, it's just like vibes only. um, anyways, how did everybody do that sprint? I'm going to read Laura's snippet so everybody can see. Okay. I know all humans' names, child. The huge mass of shadow slowly rotated in the corner of the room, tendrils of smoke smelling of brimstone wrapping around each other, becoming more solid. And you will never know mine. A barefoot stepped from the darkness, its skin whiter than sea foam and glowing bright like lightning during the witching hour. What are you? Energy ran across my skin as its eyes took in my terrified face, the excess power sparking and sinking beneath the surface of my body, causing my muscles to spasm. I'm an angel of light, here to grant you entrance into heaven. Its eyes morphed, flashing from a heavenly blue to bile yellow, but it continued like nothing happened. There is, of course, a prerequisite, a ritual, if you will. Very, very cool, Laura. Very, very cool. Can we get some snaps for Laura in the comments or in the chat? It's from an opening scene in her that she wrote yesterday for a study in demonology. Very cool. Very cool. And Leah popped by. I don't know if you're still here, but if you are, thank you for stopping in. We did have a productive stream, I think, at least. I think it was pretty productive. There was a lot of yapping happening, but we did a lot of sprints as well. Katie got 350 words, 861 words in total. Not bad, but a slower night for me. That's very, very good. Still really productive. You did a great job. I have a Superman playlist for my book as my main character loves Superman, and the hero is a double for Henry Cavill. I'm so bad with names. I'm so bad with pronouncing things. Just ignore me. It's fine. Yeah. Henry's a good one, isn't he? We talked about this earlier in the stream, so I'm not going to recap, but yeah, how did everybody else do? Feel free to let me know. And if anybody has any last minute questions, that is going to be the last sprint because I just can't do it anymore, you guys. I need to sleep. I'm so tired. Yes, yapping is fun. Yapping is like the best. I love a good yap. I didn't really do much of anything. I'm not gonna lie. I was really distracted for the pretty much the majority of that sprint. I kept getting notifications on my phone. Really, I should have just thrown it across the room, but alas, just didn't happen. I did manage to work out. I think that this brain dump that I'm doing is literally just me plotting the book. Like it's just weird. I've got a good majority of the beats in here now. I just need to like organize it and do. I think what I'm going to do is maybe a chapter, like a blurb for each chapter, what's going to happen, like beginning, middle, and end. Not anything super in depth because I still want to leave room for spontaneity and fun and like be able to play and everything with the project. So I need to visit the powder room. Good night, everyone. Have a good night. Thank you for being here. The playlist for this whip is part hymns, part erotic vocals, part classical, all vibes. It starts with the opening of the ballet of Dracula. Very, very cool. I may have spent the sprint. Oh my gosh. I may have spent the sprint getting ready for bed. It's 12:30 a.m. here. Holy cannoli, Ian. Go to sleep. It's 11:30 here. So, yeah, I'm just an hour behind you. Yes, good night, Ian. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. um anyway, any questions before we wrap up? Um Otherwise, I think this is going to be the end of it. Let me know before I click the end stream button. Yes, but feel free to like check out that playlist that I dropped in the chat, cuz I'm interested in hearing people's opinions on my playlist. Like, it's not completed. I literally just started making this playlist. Um but it's very like, I don't even know. I don't know how to describe it, but I feel like it's kind of dark. It's a little dark. Well, my project is dark, so it makes sense. Yes, those dang bed bugs, exactly. Thank you for the stream. You're so welcome. Nighty night. But I'll hang on till you end it. Okay. All right. Well, since no questions have dropped in the chat, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up. I need to sleep, and I'm sure Ian would like to sleep as well. So, and I don't know what time it is for everybody else, but it's late here. So, thank you so much for being here. I appreciate every single one of you. And if you haven't already, feel free to like the video and subscribe if you haven't. Anyways, I appreciate you. I'll see you guys later. Bye.